So let's just get into it. Let's just get some things out of the way. There's something major I want us to talk about because this Gareth Southgate to Manchester United deal is really not going away. Even legends of United like Roy Keane and Gary Neville have come out to say that they can see it happening, that they will not be surprised if it happens. And that's what Roy Keane said. He said, I could see that happening. His connection to Dan Ashworth, who has worked with him previously, yeah, I'm not surprised with that. That's what I said. So Dan Ashworth has come in at United. United might be looking for a new manager in the summer, and there are heavy links with Gareth Southgate. Clearly, people like Charles Chidozie might come and say that it's an agenda. But if you type Gareth Southgate, aside from his England duties, the next thing you will see is his links to Manchester United. There's something there. He has admirers among the hierarchy at Ineos, and he could be the United manager in future.
Again, I would like to take this story or these rumors with a pinch of salt.
Gary Neville and Roy Keane are quoted in this story. They are quoted.
They can be quoted. It's their opinion at the end of the day. And again, the questions will still arise. Is Southgate good enough? No, not even good enough now. Is he experienced enough?
But hold that thought. Let's go on a break. Let's take a word from one expert. I want to expand on that. Is he United quality? Because that's where I was going next. So let's just go on this break. Take a word from one expert. We'll come back and we'll continue in that line. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. We are talking about these links that are not going anywhere. The Gareth Southgate to United links. It must be said that Erik ten Hag has not been fired yet. There's nothing official from United. There's no obvious talks, but people feel like in the underground they might have decided that in someone might let him go. We'll get to Erik ten Hag in a bit on how he can save his job, but for Gareth Southgate, though, you're going to say that he's not good enough for United?
Yeah, he's not, and I'll say it over and over again.
Why is he not good enough?
Irrespective of how good he's done with England. First off, we did see his first spell as a club manager. Yes, some years ago at Middlesbrough, but again, he didn't do anything significant.
He relegated them. That's
they were relegated, and it's different when a manager, from time to time, gather the players. There's a lot of difference about tournament coaching and club coaching.
Yep.
Club coaching, it's a marathon. A manager would have to go through different emotions in terms of the player psychology and what have you. And let's even check it out. Let's check out the percentage of managers who have switched from either club football to manager to the national team, or national team to club football. The one that succeeded, very, very difficult to find out. But one particular example that I would like to raise right now, Scolari did well with the Brazilian national team. Chelsea felt, this is the best senator after 𝐒𝐭𝐲. They brought him to Stamford Bridge and he failed woefully. So again, the switch, look at Flick as well, from Bayern Munich to the German national team. Maybe Nagelsmann is trying to, Nagelsmann is trying to balance everything out right now. But again, it's not safe. What he achieved at RB Leipzig or Bayern Munich was seen in the national team right now. So there's a huge difference. Yes, people will talk about Southgate because of relationship with Dan Ashworth, but at the end of the day, this is not about paddy. It's about the man that can get the job done.
Okay.
So if Ineos want to go in that direction, I think it will be the beginning of the end for Manchester United.
Okay, buddy, wait. I get what you're saying. There's a difference between club football and national team football.
Huge difference.
Okay, there's a huge difference between club football and national team football. But we see what Ineos are doing. They are clearly.
I can't see what they're doing
now, buddy.
If they're being linked to Southgate, I can't.
Now, buddy, wait. We see what Ineos are doing. They're trying to put in structures in place. Liverpool are doing the same thing before they get in the new manager. They've brought in Richard Hughes. They've brought back Michael Edwards. I think Ian Burchell has been brought in as well as a chief scout or something. So they are putting structures in place. All these things will be in place, and then the manager. Ineos are doing the same thing. Dan Ashworth and all of them are all these guys.
But even the Dan Ashworth is not in yet.
If we know he's coming in. If they do all of this, they're going to get players for him. They're going to scout the players. Everything will be in place, and all he has to focus on is tactics and setting the team. Would that be all right?
As per Ten Hag?
No, as per Gareth Southgate.
No.
So no matter the structure and everything,
you can have the structure, but when the right mentality is lacking, it's a big problem. It's not a case of Southgate will come in and not get things done. It might. It's still under probability.
Okay.
Why not try out an ETH under the same structure? A man who already, understands how things work at the club. Because for Southgate, I doubt if you can even join this summer, because England are going to the Euros.
Yeah, but after the Euros,
so the club will pause until Southgate comes.
July go finish now.
July. So we start.
I don't understand.
I
They can announce before then, and then
I do feel ETH deserves another season under a good, well-run structure.
All
That's
right.
what I feel.
We'll pick it up from there. I'll come to Triple O, but let's take another word from 1xBet. How can Erik ten Hag save his job? Can he save his job, or is he too far gone? That's the question. We'll come to you, Triple O, for that after this short break. Welcome back to the show. We're still talking about Gareth Southgate and his links to Manchester United. Call us on 0700-923-923-923, or you send us messages on WhatsApp at 081-7313-6193, or you can join us live on Facebook at Inspiration FM 92.3. Like I always tell you, just leave your comments under the live feed. We'll read them on the show. Triple O, let me come to you. Is it too far gone for Erik ten Hag? Can he still save his job?
Yes, definitely. Erik ten Hag can still save his job. Of course, they are still in the running to make the Champions League. They are also still in the running to win the FA Cup. Don't forget, last season Manchester United did finish third, and they did not just finish third; they finished third with a title. That's true. With a cup, I should say. Yes, that's the Carabao Cup. So the FA Cup is even bigger than the Carabao Cup. So if he picks up the Carabao Cup and finishes in the top four, then he has surpassed one way or the other what he did last season, and that would be 2 seasons with 2 cup titles and finishing in top 4. It becomes a plus mark for Erik ten Hag. So yes, he can still do it. If a couple of players returning from injury, Lisandro Martinez is returned from his injury, maybe not match fit yet, but it's a good news for Manchester United. And if you look at the running as well, United are not as bad as people think they are. Maybe tactically, yes, a lot of things can be improved tactically, but when it comes to getting results, I mean, Chelsea are better tactically, but they are not getting the results. United are not better tactically, but they are getting the results. So they just need to, win a couple of games, wins here, bounce here, pick a point here, pick a point there, and there are some key games that will define the season of Manchester United beyond the overall result. I think some of their top games, like games against Liverpool, games against Arsenal, I think a win, or at least try to avoid a loss in those games, is going to also put him in a good stead, win back some of the fans that he has lost. So a lot can still happen for Manchester United.
Buddy, do you agree with Triple O? Do you think he can save his job? And what does he need to do to save his job?
First off, winning the FA Cup won't save his job.
That's what Triple O seems to suggest.
We saw 𝐿VG win the FA Cup as well, and got the boots. I think the least expectation from any United coach is at least, if you cannot win the title, qualify for the Champions League. Because this is where the club also gets the funds from to run the club on a daily basis. So for ETH, that top 4 finish is his title right now. He has to get it anyhow, anyway. But still stand, United still off the top 4. If he does that and does win the FA Cup as well, yes, we can say icing on the cake. But the major priority right now has to be finishing in the Champions League position.
Honestly, for me, I don't think it's that bad for a coach who coaches national team to switch to a club side. We saw 𝐜𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜𝐭𝐞𝐝, with the Russian national team, got them to the semi-final of the Euros. Then he coached Chelsea. Then he won, I think, was it the FA Cup or so? He was partially successful in his first thing. Then he now became, but moving on in his career, it wasn't so much of a success. So maybe Southgate to United, you help them solve their defensive issues. Maybe
defensive.
I mean, he's the only one that seems to be able to get the best out of Harry Maguire. Okay, that's a positive.
Okay, Harry Maguire play for United. Sorry, Anthony, we will react to that. For 𝐒𝐭𝐴𝐍𝐶, he's done it over the years. How to balance, being the club manager and the national team manager. I just feel a manager like Southgate is just too soft for the United job.
Okay, that's fair.
Soft and stubborn.
Too soft, because at the end of the day, he will keep playing the players he feels will do the job for him. You can sit with the 3 Lions, irrespective of how you do in your club. He'll send you.
We're still talking. It's still the Premier League zone, and we've been talking about Gareth Southgate. But let's just go elsewhere. Actually, we'll come back to lots of messages about Southgate to United. We'll come back to. Let's just go elsewhere and talk about a few more things. So we'll focus fully on the messages and calls. Leicester City, though, yes, I know it's not the Premier League, but they might be returning to the Premier League next season. Let me stay with you for this one. They've been charged with breaking profit and sustainability rules in England, and if they're found guilty, they will suffer a points deduction like all the other teams that have suffered the points deduction, Nottingham Forest and Everton. But the thing with Leicester City is that they are currently in the Championship, so the points deduction will not apply to the Championship. They will wait till they get promoted, and then they will start the season with minus.
That's scary. That's scary because no matter what you do, you know that there's already.
You don't carry handicap already for the start of the season.
So when they arrange the table, Leicester City will start from the bottom.
From the bottom, minus.
Minus. But I think it's quite scary for me to know that Leicester City are having sustainability and profitability problem simply because Leicester City sell well. They don't scam people well. I mean, Harry Maguire for 80 million. They Fofana for 70 million.
Fofana.
He's still injured. He's out of the season.
Now wow.
Wesley Fofana is out of the season. Fofana for 70 million. A couple of players, Kante and all of these players, Riyad Mahrez, and they made money.
Guess what? A lot of these players were to Chelsea. Yes, Kante was a huge success at Chelsea.
Yes.
But then you look at Fofana, you look at Danny Drinkwater, Ben Chilwell.
They made money.
Of Chelsea, they made money of Chelsea.
Yes, so they don't catch them because I go to make money. They go spend well. They don't even sign big players. They don't sign a treacherous fee. They don't oversign. So it's crazy. And God rest the soul of the owner. As best way get business all day.
You don't start to do.
Anyway,
and then Bukayo Saka is pulled out of the England squad. I feel like Mikel Arteta is pulling a fast one. Gabriel Magalhaes, Bukayo Saka. Don't say Liverpool, buddy. Don't say Liverpool.
But
Liverpool is not part of it. That Nunez is injured.
At the end of the day,
you hear any Chelsea player with the pull out.
Then let's go on.
Then Anthony, see, at the end of the day, all this will raise the issue of club versus country row because it's not making any sense. Every manager out there at this point in time is trying to be selfish. The national team also need these players, especially for those who want to prepare for major competitions. You cannot use your own selfish interest to affect the national team as well. So maybe
I think it's understandable if it's a friendly game. There's no point in releasing the players.
No, some managers don't have the luxury of time.
I mean, this is the only friendly game.
Copa America is coming up. We have the Euros coming up as well.
It's the only friendly window before Euros. That's it.
The World Cup qualifiers coming up as well.
Exactly. So come on.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.